Hello everybody, this is Swarmlord39 of Almost Cool here with another episode of Danganronpa V3. Funny how for some reason I felt the urge to go Phoenix Wright. I have no idea why. Anywho. So, this time, well first off, let's find, there you are. That's it? Huh. Sorry, we're just going to go through it. You know what? That might be a good one. Let's go Mind's Eye. Just maybe that'll help me with earning more stuff later on. And it'll mean that I can save up some of the friendship fragments for the next bit. So, let's go ahead and jump right in and get to the class trial of Miyu's murder.
Now then. Screw it. This is tiresome.
Thank you!
You need more motivation!
I do. Before we start, I just want to ask, what happens if the votes result in 2 first places? Huh? You mean it means they're both the blackened. As long as one of them is correct. It's fine.
Daddy, are you...
Yeah, it's fine.
What the heck?
Thanks. Since that's answered, I can start.
What, Jane? How long are you gonna...
Just ignore Kokichi. The rest of us need to... Got it! We can't die here! Oh my! Himiko has become so determined! It's true! People really do change!
But now she's lost what made her...
That's none of your business!
We should focus on the class trial. First, we need to clarify...
Kaito's the culprit!
Dang it, Kokichi.
What? Say that to my face!
While we were all still logged in, you were able to move freely.
Don't screw around! There's no way I'm the culprit!
Kaito right. Kaito couldn't have killed Mew.
How long are you gonna keep saying that? Trusted people can still kill, you know.
That's true. There's gonna be another murder, and I really can't think of anyone who would have done this anyway.
So many times.
Well, okay.
Since Kaie...
I'm actually starting to get a bit suspicious of a couple people, of one person. But anyway, I'm gonna say Monokuma file.
Kaito logged out first by himself. Mew was still logged in though. That's
Or is this gonna be the
right, Kaito?
Kaito culprit? Impossible!
Of course it's impossible, because I didn't do it! I mean, we found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
The culprit was trying to pin the blame on me. That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito?
Well, Kaito... any
Yeah.
last words?
So I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's just the Monokuma file in the
What do you
first
mean
bit.
last words?
Kaito logged out first by himself. Mew was still logged in though. That's when you poisoned her.
Kaito
Dang it.
culprit? Impossible!
Of course it's impossible, because I didn't do it! I mean, we found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
The culprit was trying to pin the blame on me.
Yeah, that was
diversion
my
part of
bad.
your plan, right, Kaito?
When I saw there wasn't a V point, I should have waited.
Any last words?
We'll just go around.
What do you mean last words?
Just go around again.
Kaito logged out first by himself. Mew was still logged in though. That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
No.
Oh no!
Okay, let's open it up and take a look. Because I thought it was going to be the Monokuma file because it said no injuries could be found. Eyes open. Okay. I'm going... Okay, so then it's...
Kaito logged out first by himself. Mew is still logged in though.
I'm gonna guess the bottle of poison
That's
because...
the poisoner, right, Kaito?
Yeah, okay. Wait. Didn't I get the V point? What? Gave me the little thing saying...
Mew wasn't killed by poison, and the warning on the label proves it. Drinking the poison would result in subconjunctival hemorrhaging.
AKA, her eyes go bloodshot. And her eyes
In
definitely
other
weren't
words,
bloodshot.
your eyes would be bloodshot.
Oh, but Mew's body. That's right. Her eyes weren't bloodshot.
Yep.
She wasn't killed by that poison.
Then what was that poison for?
Probably a diversion. The culprit wanted us to think Mew died by poison.
Yeah.
Then, what was her real cause of death?
This is it!
The fact that, you know, you die if your avatar died.
Mew's cause of death was the killing game simulator itself. In the virtual world, if your avatar takes fatal damage, your real body dies of shock.
Yeah?
That was made clear in the program's text file.
Mew received fatal damage in the virtual world and died from that shock.
In that case, it's fair to say that the cause of death was actually the simulator.
Gonta has question.
Oh, no.
Where is this virtual world place? What floor is it on?
Dang it. I should have realized this
If
would be
you
a
don't
problem.
understand, then don't say anything.
If Mew was killed in the virtual world, then the next thing we need to figure out is what caused her to incur fatal damage within the virtual world.
Yep.
So her cause of death in the virtual world is the one that matters.
Oh, it seems like Gonte is confused. So we split into two groups to find.
The ones who searched the mansion were me, Shuichi, Samugi, Gonta, and that NPC Kaito.
Hey, who you calling NPC, you ASS?
And the others who searched the chapel were Keyboy, Maki, Himiko, and the late Mew.
How could someone have given her fatal damage in that situation? That's what we gotta think about. Now, let's all work together.
Aww, little Himiko is all grown up.
That was uncalled for. Someday, my chest will.
Let's begin then.
Okay.
In the virtual world, Mew was fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first.
Whatever did that to Mew was dropped right next to her avatar. It has to be the hammer!
Maybe? Nope. That would have been too obvious.
Damn it!
That's fine.
In the virtual world, Mew was fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first.
Whatever did that to Mew was dropped right next to her avatar. It has to be the hammer!
Or going to beat her with his bare hands.
Are we certain that blunt force was involved? I think strangulation.
No, gosh dang it.
Oh no!
Okay,
In the
let's
virtual
listen to
world,
everything
Mew
first.
was fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first.
Whatever did that to Mew was dropped right next to her avatar. It has to be.
Mew's corpse. Grassman her neck with both hands.
The hammer!
Or going to beat her with his bare hands.
Are we certain that blunt force was involved? I think strangulation is more likely.
It's possible she was pushed from a great height.
Could she have drowned?
Maybe? Really? You missed?
In the virtual world, Miu was fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first.
Whatever did that to Mew was dropped right next to her avatar. It has to be the hammer!
Or going to beat her with his bare hands.
Are we certain that blunt force was involved? I think strangulation is more likely.
It's possible she was pushed from a great height.
Could she have drowned?
No.
Damn it!
Okay.
In the virtual world, Miu was fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first.
Whatever.
Maybe it was Mew's corpse. I think I've been throwing them on a Kuma file one around.
Did that to Mew was dropped
If it was strangulation, I just threw the wrong evidence at it.
Has to be the hammer!
Or going to beat her with his bare
My bad.
hands.
Are we certain that blunt force was involved? I think strangulation.
There we go. And now I got
I agree.
a V-point on it too.
Mew's body showed severe trauma and signs of a struggle.
Yeah, she looked like...
Right. And the virtual world is connected to our 5 senses. If her body experienced pain, knowing that, I believe
Yeah, definitely.
Someone strangled her to death.
And poison are the only methods that... But we already removed the possible... Also, when a victim is poisoned, they commonly... But Mew was holding her throat.
Oh.
In that case, her exact cause of death is being strangled.
But is strangulation even possible? If the avatars were equally strong...
Yeah, if she was just as strong as them, no way they could have strangled her.
Then the culprit would need a tool.
That where the
There are
hammer
tons
came
of
in?
cases where a weaker person...
Wow.
But
Calling
was
Maki
there
into
even
her.
a rope in that world?
Then they must have used something else.
Is this where we put in the hammer? No.
Oh no!
Sorry, I know the hammer. The hammer's got to be. Yeah. Really?
This is it!
Really? I mean,
During the investigation,
I guess it makes
we
sense.
found toilet paper outside the mansion.
It's unbreakable. We actually had a specific wondering about that, if it was unbreakable or not. I should have remembered that.
I'm guessing that the toilet paper was...
Gonta, no can ignore that!
Yeah, because of the whole rules of the game.
What you mean, Shuichi?
Huh? What's wrong? Shuichi goofing off!
Because toilet paper couldn't be used to strangle someone, not that way, and or at least it'd be very, very hard.
There's no time for nonsense! No can use toilet paper in place of rope! What tear too easy? Even Gonta know that, and Gonta not smart! There's no time for nonsense! No can use toilet paper in place of rope! What tear too easy?
I'll cut through your words!
Oh, that was simple.
The toilet paper wouldn't tear. Because in the virtual world, objects are unbreakable. Breakable?
If objects can't break in that world, then
Toilet paper shouldn't be able to
since
tear.
it couldn't tear, it could be used as a rope.
Gonta not really understand, but... Sorry, Shuichi. Gonta was wrong.
It's all
It's
good.
okay, Gonta. Don't worry about it.
It's all good. We all know he just doesn't understand the whole virtual world thing.
Killed by toilet paper. Fitting end for her.
Oh my gosh. That.
A fitting end? I do not fully understand that logic.
But if Mew was killed near the chapel, why was the murder weapon by the mansion?
She was at
Maybe
the
the
mansion.
culprit tried to get rid of it to destroy the evidence.
If toilet paper was the murder weapon, then what's the deal with the hammer next to her?
Perhaps the culprit prepared a backup weapon.
No, the culprit.
No? But
Oh, Mew did.
That's it!
Oh,
Mew was the one who brought the hammer.
derp.
Remember what she told us?
Yeah, she did say she deleted any dangerous objects.
If that were true, she wouldn't have missed something like a hammer. Meaning that Mew must have left it on purpose.
On purpose?
But why?
You need it for. He was going to use it to attack someone, very specifically.
let's assume that Mew brought the hammer. What was she planning to do with it?
Maybe use it to break down a wall?
Uses for a hammer.
Gonta, no! Mew gonna build stuff with hammer!
She probably just brought it for self-defense.
Or she secretly met up with someone.
I agree!
Yeah.
Mew was gonna meet up with someone in the virtual world.
Mm-hmm. With me. I was supposed to meet up with Mew on the roof of the mansion.
What? Is that true?
I overheard them talking about it at the chapel.
By the way, Mew asked to meet up with me before we went into the virtual world. I totally forgot where we were supposed to meet, so good thing Keyboy spied on us.
Wait, so Miyu called Kokichi out?
If Mew brought the hammer, I wonder what she was planning to do with it.
He was planning to kill Kokichi.
That's it! She was trying to kill Kokichi.
She was what?
Yep, she plotted to meet up with me and then kill me with the hammer. If you want to prove this, you'll need to figure out Mew's plan, okay?
Oh, psych taxi. Here we go. We tried to kill. Really? We already know who tried to kill Kokichi. That one was really obvious. Where was me? You're trying to kill him on the roof. Oh, the virtual world. The afterlife. Really? I mean, I get they're trying to make it harder, but some of those with that answer was. Why was the bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat? To divert attention. So, pretty much everything we said already, just restated as this is all
She
connected.
wanted it to appear as if Kokichi was killed in the real world.
She placed the poison on my seat to make us think the murder happened in the real world.
Yep.
She did that too?
What? Miu was the one who put that poison bottle there? No, that ain't right. Something's definitely weird about that.
Really? Okay.
When could Miu have put the poison there?
If she did place the poison without us noticing, then she must have logged out at some point.
And then what? She logged back in?
Kokichi, weren't you in the salon around that time? Did you see her log in or log out at all?
Nope, I didn't see that at all.
If she hadn't logged in or out, then Miu couldn't have placed the poison.
There we go.
That's wrong!
It was Miu who planted the poison on Kokichi's chair.
Because she had the cell phone.
She had plenty of time to do it. Here, take a look at this.
Is this a record of who went in and out of the virtual world?
Yep.
That's right. It says that Miu was the last of us to log in.
Almost 2 minutes.
Yeah, what about it?
If she logged in last, she would have had time to move around in the real world after the previous person logged in.
Yep.
That's right. She could have placed poison bottle on Kokichi's seat.
This was all part of Miu's plan.
Mm-hmm.
She tried to kill me in the virtual world, make us think it happened in the real world, then pin the crime on Kaito.
Well, that's not my fault.
Which is why she manually logged you out, just for that purpose.
Yep.
So she did that to me?
Yes, Miu used a method only she could use to log Kaito out manually.
Oh, wow. I didn't even notice before now the 3 X's. Now she log him out. Let's go up.
This is it! It was the cell phone found by Miu's avatar.
Yep.
That cell phone worked the same way as the phone in the salon. It logs users in and out. I verified this myself when I spoke Kaito's name into it.
I see. With that cell phone, she could force anyone to log out at any time.
From anywhere.
But Miu never mentioned a cell phone, right?
That's what Shuichi referred to when he mentioned a method only she could use. She kept the cell phone a secret on purpose, so she could use it for the murder.
So, she really was planning a murder.
Yep.
And she tried to set me up.
Well, I knew that from the start.
Then why did you say I was the culprit?
Because I wanted to get it through your thick skull. People you trust and defend will ultimately betray you. This is a game of suspicion. Well, I think your ideals should stay the same. Because phonies like you are what make the game more interesting. Don't you agree, Monokuma?
Oh boy.
Do I? I don't know about that. Huh? Oh, wait.
Oh. What the heck?
When Daddy's...
Yeah, if Father keeps... Huh? My head!
What's wrong, Monotaro?
Anywho, it's a blessing.
What?
Because she wouldn't have said anything about what really happened in the virtual world. You guys would have had a way harder time finding the culprit, you know. She would have been able to lie about the virtual world settings as much as she wanted. And you'd never know that the murder actually took place in the virtual world.
That's,
So that's why she
kind
decided
of true.
to attempt a murder, because she had total control.
Then the reason Mew was so insistent we go into the virtual world was...
Mm-hmm.
She was insistent we go there so she could kill us.
I was sad that she was gone, but now I don't know what to think.
Well, at the same time, the only one that she was planning to kill was Kokichi.
Nice! See? That's an ideal fun situation! Now we can start a real class trial!
Hey, Kokichi sort of sound like Monokuma.
Really? I don't sound anything like him.
No, you're just like Monokuma. Both of you are cowards. You never speak the truth or show your true face.
Wait, coward? You say some interesting things sometimes, Kaito.
Oh boy.
Smiling, putting on a mask, never saying what you really think. That kind of cowardice is just like Monokuma.
Daddy, they're calling you a coward.
Yeah, I just gotta...
He's completely lost his drive.
Listen up, Kokichi. To hell with this game of suspicion crap. I will never be okay with it. I'm just gonna believe in everyone. Instead of suspecting my friends, I'm gonna find the truth by believing in them.
Well, if you think you can win this game like that, then sure, be my guest.
Of course I can. I don't need your permission.
How long are you guys going to argue? Let's hurry this up and continue.
The more this goes on, the more I feel like they definitely have the same end goal. They just look at the world very differently.
If we don't find the culprit, then we'll all die. You know that?
Oh, you're right.
If we are going to begin searching for the culprit,
Huh?
You were meeting with Mew, so it's only natural for...
Here's my answer. I never met up with Mew.
You did.
I tried to go to the roof to meet up with...
Door was
Isn't
locked.
lockpicking your...
I couldn't pick locks with my avatar body. I didn't have the tools for it either. Also, I never went to the roof. Not even for the meeting.
I remember you and...
But was the door to the roof when I was on the roof before logging in?
Huh? How should I know?
then who locks the door to the roof?
I already told you.
When I went to the roof, it wasn't locked.
What good would it be if I lied? I don't want to die either, you know.
Lying would do you a lot of good if you're the culprit.
Oh,
What kind of response is
Oh my
that?
gosh.
Wait, there's no point in arguing about that. Before we get to that, we need to discover the truth behind Mew's death.
Truth?
There were mysterious circumstances surrounding her death.
Yep.
We need to make sense of those first.
Wow, Shuichi, you know. Yes, keep up the hard work. The fate of our life.
So, what is... Kokichi claims it was Mew who but I'm wondering how she got from the chapel to the mansion's roof.
I see. Mew sent the bridge connecting the mansion and chapel into the river herself.
Yep. Whoops, my hand slipped.
If that's the case, then Mew might not have even...
Huh? So,
No, she did. Today.
Mew was waiting for me to arrive. I'm sure she was waiting on the rooftop of the mansion.
No, Mew should have been at the chapel. If you look at where her avatar fell, It's right next to the chapel.
How would she have gotten to the mansion? There was no bridge over the river.
A bridge would be the only way to get across.
And
So, her meeting with Kokichi...
there's multiple things I could.
Stood me up!
There's multiple things I can refute here, but
Mew was waiting for me to arrive. I'm sure she was waiting on the rooftop of the mansion.
No. This is the chapel.
That's wrong!
we already know that's wrong. The movie saw her.
Mew must have gone to the mansion. We have a witness.
Yeah. When I was searching the dining room, I saw Mew pass by the window.
Then why didn't you say so sooner?
Sorry. Since there was no way she could have come, but I guess I wasn't mistaken after all.
Then, how did she...
It must have been some special method only Mew...
There's no doubt about that.
But she dropped
If a
the bridge.
murder occurred when it was impossible to... She used a secret method to move...
She dropped the bridge to make a huge scene, just to let everyone know it's no longer there.
So,
Yep.
what secret...
It won't be that easy to figure.
No worries, guys.
I already know what it is.
What are you saying? We can't... This class trial's for all of us. Shut up!
Okay, non-stop debate. The wall added by
What
me.
cross that only Mew knew about?
Like a hidden bridge besides that signboard maybe.
Or instead of bridge, Mew used some kind of vehicle to go over.
Or maybe she teleported with me.
Wow.
She used a warp zone.
Okay.
Maybe there's a place you could cross without a bridge.
A hidden route that only Mew needs to get across. I suppose it is
There we go.
possible she used that to change places.
Managed to catch it.
That's it, Kibo. There was a hidden route only Mew could use.
Was there really?
Mew modified the program to add a special wall to the world.
Wall.
The wall stretches along the y-axis, but we found 2 such walls in the virtual world.
Yep.
It's unclear whether Mew added the wall by the mansion or the wall near the chapel.
No, they're the same wall.
We do know that that wall was set so that only objects could pass through.
Don't be naive, Shuichi. Jeez, you said that is suspicious.
Nothing to do.
Huh. You don't even... Oh well, my sidekick's...
And this is gonna be where I tell about the special setting with the Mew's avatar, right? Yep.
What we gotta figure out is how Mew got from the chapel to the mansion, right? So why waste time talking about... It's pointless. We gotta take a whole new approach here.
Now, wait just a second. It's not actually impossible at all.
But you just said so, didn't you? That wall Mew set up only lets non-human objects go through it. Humans aren't able to pass through. So Mew obviously wouldn't be able to go through that wall. She's not just an object after all. I'll cut through your words.
And we know that she was, according to the game parameters.
The wall wasn't the only thing that Mew changed. She also changed her avatar settings from human to object.
Yep.
From human to object?
So
Which means the virtual world treated her avatar as an object. She could have passed through a wall that only non-humans could go through.
and it's a very big deal. I should know I'm using a program that does rudimentary programming, and holy crap, a small deep change like that, even if it doesn't seem like it'll cause a lot, can change a lot. And I mean, we're seeing it very obvious right here.
Don't get ahead of yourself, Kaito. We need to listen to... I already told you. It's so totally lame that your own sidekick is dead.
Kokichi, enough! I wasn't arguing with him. I was just explaining.
I don't care.
Oh boy.
It just means even I make mistakes. Don't worry about it, Shuichi.
Okay.
It's pretty funny seeing Kaito try to act all tough like this.
Kokichi, please refrain from making such irrelevant and irrational remarks.
So, if Mew messed with the program and made a wall only she could go through,
Then her secret route was through that wall?
that's it, right? Like using a... I bet Mew had a hidden passage like that in the back of the chapel.
No.
Even if she could, because Mew said...
Teleportation.
She probably lied. There would be...
Mew lied.
I wonder what the truth is.
That cum-soaked urinal cake was totally lying. She lived a life of pride, vulgarity, and secrets.
Kokichi, you know.
Stop it! Don't... Mama, listen to you talking, but Mommy wasn't lying. There...
Yeah.
Oh, if you see that hint is...
Oh, shoot!
Haha.
God, jeez. So now that we know there's no hidden route, why did she manipulate the program? If there's actually nothing past the wall...
Mew wouldn't have done something meaningless.
No, it
Yes. Mew
it loops.
definitely wanted to... We aren't sure why yet.
Mystery of.
There have been a lot of strange... If we can determine why, we'll know why she wanted to...
All right, let's clear up those...
Yeah, going to.
Speaking of strange remember that thing...
Oh, man, it's talking about the loud sound, right? I went the wrong way for that.
This is it! You mean the loud sound that you and I heard in the kitchen?
Yeah, which according to Kibo,
You all heard that?
Yes, in the...
But that sound occurred near the chapel.
First off, sound can't go past the map loading point. Did that sound really come from the chapel?
That sound was something hitting the chapel wall.
And we definitely heard it.
yep.
You heard my voice too?
What?
Exactly.
Okay, well let's... There was another mysterious phenomenon.
Kokichi talk like he know.
Even Gonta is suspicious.
Sorry.
No,
There's
go.
no need to apologize.
What was the other strange
That would be the sign. Oh hey, I've There we go.
I see it!
Really lucky. I ended up almost right on top of it. Or actually, I did end up right on top of it, I should say.
The sign that we were using as a bridge was odd to me.
Yeah.
Odd how?
We mentioned it before, but Mew dropped the sign in the river.
Yep. And then it ended up...
We found it later, but there was...
Another psych taxi. Oh, those are moving now. Point was the or swept away. river. Yep. Next question. This feels like some old racing. This feels like part of an old racing game. Back when I could actually play on consoles. Where's the end of the river? By the chapel. We found it by the mansion. Chapel side. Oh, now you're gonna start moving, huh? Where was the signboard found after it was swept away? Mansion side. I still just find it very funny how they decide to. How do you choose your answer? You pick up a hooker. I just wonder what went through what made them decide to do this. It's hilarious and fun, but it's still a case of how did they come to the decision to make this part of the game like this? Into the greatest current, which way does the sign want to flow? Technically, yeah, it seemed to float against the current. Unless you know video games and you know how that works. Ironic, when you're playing a video game and it's like they're talking about a lot of things that a lot of people would know about if they play video games. I feel anyway. Although that just might be because I've played a lot of video games in my life.
We all saw Mew drop the sign and watched the river carry it downstream.
Yep.
And the river was wide there. The sign should have traveled downriver toward the chapel, correct? It should have hit the wall on the far side of the chapel and stopped there. But that's not where we found it. We found it near the mansion, nestled in some rocks.
The signboard should have been near the chapel, but we found it on the other side.
Hold up. Didn't you... She probably grabbed the signboard from the chapel wall, then left it on the boulders near the mansion.
Why would she leave the signboard where it could get swept away?
Also, this has nothing to do with walking through the wall, right? We're so close to the truth. All the mysterious things that happened have to connect how?
A wall only objects can pass through. A signboard going against the river.
What?
We would be in a lot of trouble. The only one who can solve the...
So,
Ah. The unnatural way the sign was...
Really? Is it just a wall?
This is it!
Yeah, no, it's just a wall.
It might have to do with a wall that only
Yeah.
objects can pass
Which
through.
again, we were talking about this. I was doubtful. I was like, wait, is this really it? Are we really readdressing the fact that we're addressing this fact? Oh. This is why I start doubting myself, because sometimes games will pull, because sometimes these games will say, oh yeah, this is connected, and you look at it and like, where is logic? How do you get this? And other times it'll be like, this is what we're talking about, and it's like, so we're talking about it, and then you tell me that you want to select that we're talking about it again, basically. I don't know if the game is trying to make it is doing the very less obvious or doing overly obvious. This game goes back and forth enough that it makes me start to overthink.
But if that wall happened to be the one that Mew set to allow objects through...
I see. It's a wall only non-humans can pass through. That means the
Even if it could pass through the chapel...
The only way it could do that is if...
It's because it's like...
Leave it to me, Shuichi. This is the virtual world.
Huh?
The map is... It's basically... The map is a cylinder. It's a piece of paper rolled up into a cylinder shape. Downstream and upstream connect.
That's it! What if both ends of the river were connected?
Huh? Both ends of river connected?
Exactly. To put it another way, the river isn't cut off at the wall near the chapel. It's all part of one big loop. The upstream part of the river is connected to it.
Yep.
What? What are you talking about?
Again, throw out all common sense from your head. We're talking about the virtual world.
Then what about the wall? There was only one wall that could be passed through.
It's... The walls...
Right. Even if the river's connected, it wouldn't have been able to go through the mansion wall too.
Except for she only added one wall.
I got it. I know why Mew only set up one wall.
They're the same wall.
That's it.
There we go. Finally getting to the point where the game is
walls by
catching
the
up with what
chapel and
I've...
mansion aren't separate. They're the same wall.
The same wall.
It's not just the river. The walls themselves are connected. Don't think of it as two separate walls, but a single wall parallel to the y-axis. That single wall divides the entire virtual world. The idea is, you pass...
See, didn't I tell you?
Damn it, Kokichi! Just tell us.
It's okay.
Yeah.
If both the river and wall are connected, Shuichi, you already...
No, the secret, yeah, it's... Is this gonna be a Hangman's Gambit? Yeah, Hangman's Gambit, okay. World... Wrap? Nope. Wrap. Dang it. Loops. Thank you. Gonna wait a little bit because I'm also after a hidden Monokuma thing. Alright, fine. We'll move on. We'll just grab it in the next section.
Yes, that's it. The virtual world is a loop. Loop?
Just like in old games.
I don't know why I had such a hard time with loop. I think I even used that term to describe it.
When a character character goes off the left side of the screen and reappears on the right.
Yes, exactly. The edges of the virtual world are linked together in a continuous loop.
The virtual world loops?
What in the world?
If that's true, it would explain the way the signboard was swept away.
There is no edge of the world for it to fall off of.
It vanished into the wall downstream of the river, came out of that same wall upstream.
Yep, and just got washed in the rocks.
And floated with the current until it got...
What was the world like before
Actually, there wasn't a wall on the y-axis at all. The x-axis was set to loop.
Yep.
Are you serious? Even
A looping world.
But at least it's not a boring answer.
Huh? Because we still don't know why.
yeah, sound doesn't go past.
Actually, if we know that the world is a loop, we can explain that as well.
Huh?
Yes, but first,
where the loop starts. Doesn't it loop at the walls next to the mansion and chapel?
No.
not necessarily. If we...
Loop starts here.
There!
It starts at the map loading point.
The map loading point was where the virtual world looped. We thought the loading point was in the middle of the map. But the loading point was actually at the edges.
So the wall Mew created wasn't at the edges of the world, but rather, her wall was at the center of the world.
I see. So the mansion and chapel were near each other, with a wall between them. And any sounds emitted near the chapel would also reach the mansion. The
Yep.
wall only allows non-humans to pass through, so sound should be able to pass through easily.
That's right. That's how the virtual world works.
Impressive, Shuichi! For you to get this far!
For you to get this far,
Nope. Mew pulled the string. Mew also set this trap. It all began when Mew showed us the map. Because of the map, we mistakenly thought the loading point was at the center, which in turn made the mansion and chapel seem farther away from each other.
But the
Yep.
structure of the world wasn't actually like that.
It was like this.
There was a wall along the y-axis, and the x-axis came around in a loop.
By putting that wall in the center of that world, she cut off the loop.
So ever since Mew showed us that map, we were caught in her trap.
Yeah?
But we solved this mystery thanks to Shuichi. All hail our savior!
Yeah, if Shui...
That's right. Good work, Shuichi.
Thanks, Shuichi.
You're welcome.
Except we haven't solved...
Just because we found out... Actually, this culprit hunt just got to the exciting part. Even if we know all the tricks, it's pretty meaningless if we don't find the culprit. That's how a class trial works!
That's true.
Talking like Mono.
no matter what you... I'm gonna believe in everyone.
What is his plan? Can't find the culprit. Yeah, that's true. Alrighty. Well, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll be back in just a minute to finish up the class trial because, well, we finally established how that world actually worked and how things actually could have happened. Now we just need to figure out all the things about... Now we just need to figure out the actual murder and how things went there. But yeah. And there's a part that I'm pretty sure is going to play a huge little... huge detail in this. But we'll get to that in the next episode. So, Until then, see you all, well, in the next episode. Bye-bye.